Good morning, everybody. This is Cassandra, and welcome back to Cassandra's Garden. I'm so glad that you're here with me today. I have a wonderful recipe that you are going to absolutely love. It's delicious, it's nutritious, and it's a great way to not let any garden vegetables go to waste. So before I get started, I wanted to say I appreciate all of you so much, and I want to say thank you for talking to me. Thank you for commenting and reaching out to me. Thank you for being here. You really, really are awesome, all of you, and I just appreciate every single one of you. You make me feel so good, and I really hope that I make you feel the same way. I would like to simply just be a good friend. So anything you need, just comment and I'll answer the questions. If I don't have the answers, I promise you I'll find them. And a lot of you are really smart, and I'm so proud of you. Albert Einstein said, "To be a genius is not to know everything, but how to find the answers." So if we have a problem or an issue in the kitchen, if we don't know it, together, you and I will find the answers. So, I had a lot of people get mad at me when I made my little quick video where I was making pasta primavera and I didn't give the recipe or the instructions. So, I apologize. I just wanted to give you a little preview, and it was just so beautiful, I just had to make a video of it. So, today we're going to make pasta primavera, and it is one of the most delicious recipes, so nutritious, so amazing. And like I said, it is a great way, like if you have a garden or if somebody has a garden and they love to give, what they grew, it's a great way to incorporate these vegetables without them going bad. And I'm telling you, it's just amazing. It's amazing. And it's a great main dish. You can add meat to it if you want to. You can add prime rib, you can add chicken, you can add shrimp, you can add any meat you want to. I myself prefer it just to be vegetables because I just love it that way. I don't eat red meat and I don't eat pork. I do eat chicken and I do eat fish, but not a whole lot. But for those of you who love seafood, you can add seafood to this. You can add grilled chicken. A seasoned grilled chicken would be delicious in this. I am not going to lie to you. I love chicken. But I really do love it, just the vegetables. But just keep in mind, you can make it like this, or you can add a meat of your preference. So to get started, this is what you're going to need. You're going to need 1 yellow bell pepper, 1 red bell pepper, and you'll need them sliced in long way. Slice them lengthwise. 1 head of broccoli, chopped and washed. And my broccoli may look a little strange to you. Sometimes it turns white the way I wash it. Just to ensure that there's no little buggies in there, I chop the little florets off like this, and I put them in a great big bowl. A Tupperware bowl, metal bowl, any kind of big bowl that you have. I fill it full of hot water, and I add a 1/2 cup of white vinegar, and I add 2 teaspoons of salt, and I slosh it around, and I soak it in there for about 10 minutes, and then I rinse it off thoroughly, just to ensure that there's no little buggies. Now, my other vegetables, I use a fruit and veggie soap that I actually make. You just get the soap and you lather it in between your hands and you just wash it really, really good with hot water. And I am going to be offering that soon on my website. I'll make a video here and let you know that it's on my Etsy and my Instagram and my Facebook page. It's really, really good. That's just to ensure that your vegetables, you just never know if you buy them from the grocery store or if you get them from a market, you don't want any germs on there or anything that could cause you or your family to get sick. So it's imperative that you wash your vegetables. And I did that with my peppers and my squash. You're going to need 1 squash and 1 zucchini. And I washed those thoroughly because I left the skins on. Because you have to leave the skins on for this recipe. And 1 onion cut into rounds as best as you can. You cut them as best as you can into rounds. If they accidentally dice when you're cutting them, don't worry about it. You can still use it. We're going to have 1 cup of cheese, and I'm using a blend of Italian, Parmesan, and Romano cheese. We're going to have 6 cloves of garlic minced. Now, I purposely diced mine a little thicker because I love the taste of garlic. And for those of you who are not sure what I mean by a garlic clove, garlic comes like this in a bulb, a great big bulb. This is not a clove, this is a bulb. The cloves are the little, or the little babies that are inside of them. There's a clove, that's a clove, and that's a clove, for those of you who don't know. It's okay to ask, okay? It's never okay not to ask. When you're unsure, ask. So we're going to have 6 cloves of garlic minced, 2 teaspoons of a seasoning salt, 6 tablespoons of olive oil. And I'm going to tell you why I'm doing 6. Because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vegetables. So 1 tablespoon per vegetable is a perfect amount to saute these vegetables in. And we're going to do a 1/2 teaspoon of salt and a 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. So here's what we're going to do. Now, before you even worry about all this, you can go ahead and prep it to get ready to saute it, because that's what we're going to do, except for the cheese. We're going to be putting that on top after everything's done, after we put it on a platter, and it's going to be really delicious. But before you do that, you're going to get a 12-ounce box of bow tie noodles, and you're going to cook them till they're al dente. And I'm going to tell you the secret how I cook my noodles. I really want to get into making my own noodles, but if I buy them by the box for a 12-ounce box, I boil them for only 12 minutes, and I add 2 tablespoons of butter per 12 ounces. So this particular case, I've only used 12 ounces of bow tie noodles, so I used 2 tablespoons of butter, and then after I added it to my boiling water, I turned my heat down to just below, a couple of notches below high, so a medium high, and I let it boil for 12 minutes precisely, and it cooks my pasta perfect every time. It's not gush, but it's not too hard. It is perfect. Okay, so we're going to take a pan. This is my very, very used pan, my skillet. And I got to be honest with y'all, I really need a big one. Now, as you can see, I have used it. So it's very used. So to our saucepan, and I really do need a bigger one. I honestly really, really do. We're going to add our 6 tablespoons of olive oil. We're going to add our red pepper, our garlic, we're going to add our yellow bell pepper, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to start seasoning these with the salt, the seasoned salt. We're also going to go ahead and add our onions. Now, I'm going to put these on the stove, and we're going to start sauteing these first. Now, I'm going to put the seasoning salt. Hope you can see that. And then we're going to do a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Just going to put it all about. And then we're going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. We're going to shake that all about. Let me get this on the stove. I've turned it up to a medium heat. I'm going to saute those, and then I'm going to add my squash, my zucchini, and my broccoli. And let me tell y'all something. Before this recipe, I had never in my life sauteed broccoli, and I cannot even begin to tell you how delicious it really is. So I'm going to bring you back for our part 2, and I'm going to show you what the progress looks like at that point. I have to saute these vegetables for about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to add my squash, my zucchini, and my broccoli, and then I'm going to saute for another 10 minutes. It's going to be really delicious. I've already cooked my bow tie noodles So then we're going to plate everything, and I'm just going to show you how it's going to look, how it's going to work, and then I'll explain how to store it so that you don't get any type of sickness, because to store cooked pasta, you must store it a certain way or you could get very sick. So because this makes a lot, and it will look beautiful in the center of your table with when it's on a great big platter, if you want to add your meat or even if you don't. And I'm also going to make some pretzel bread with this. I am so in love with that pretzel bread that I make, and I'm also going to be uploading a video on how to make the pretzel bread as well. So we got a big day ahead of us. Let me get this started. It takes just a few minutes to get it started and to saute it. And to saute it, like I said, you just saw how I did it. Then I'm going to go over there and stir everything up. I'm going to saute it for about 10 minutes. Then I'm going to add my squash, my zucchini, and my broccoli. Saute it for another 10 minutes, and then it'll be ready to plate and put on the pasta. And then I'll show you how to do everything else when we come back in part 2. I'll be right back. Love y'all. Peace and love. Ooh, I hear it sizzling. I got to get over there and stir it. I will be back for part 2. I can't wait to show you the rest.